Welcome to Discover Ramona, where we explore the people, places, and businesses that make it the best place to live. I'm your host, Valerie, and I'm here with my co-host, Jan Ryan. Hi, Jan.
Hi, Valley.
So how's things going in the market and interest rate land? How's everything?
Well, it's been good, but it's such a mystery to me. The rates go up, they go down, and now
Yeah.
they're up again. So, what do you see?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a short-lived spike in rates. I don't think they're going to be sitting here too long. Lord willing. It's hard. None of us really have a crystal ball, but we do see them kind of rebound at the end of the day. We're kind of seeing a little bit of a improvement, and we hope to keep gaining that momentum. I like to tell people to kind of, if just for a regular consumer, to keep an eye on gas prices. When you see gas prices go up, you know the interest rates are going up. They kind of
Oh,
they kind of align the same way.
so
So
interesting.
yeah, so if you see gas prices starting to come down, you know interest rates are coming down. It's typically how it follows. It's not 100% foolproof, but that's how I like to explain it to people, so you don't kind of have to get in the weeds about the bonds and
So
things
many
like that.
weeds.
Yeah, the treasury. You could just kind of watch gas prices. So yeah, who's
Okay.
our guest that you have for us today?
Well, if it sounds illegal because it's so good, it's probably Thea the Band. And here
All,
she is.
all right, let's bring her on. Thea the Band. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thanks
meet
for coming
you.
in.
Thanks for having
Jan
me.
tells me that you are so talented.
That's very sweet.
Yes.
I want to know, I want to know everything. Tell me,
Okay.
yeah, start from the beginning. Tell us your story and then how you got here today.
Oh man. Well, stories can get really long and complex, right? But I guess just musically wise, we'll go. So I had gotten a master's in clinical psychology. I
Okay.
was doing a whole different sort of career and was in a relationship at the time. We were going to get married, and we broke off the engagement, so it sort of turned into this soul searching time. And I was just sort of traveling around the United States and seeing where the wind sort of blew me. And I would stay with friends and family, whatnot. I have a sister who lived in San Diego, so I stayed with her for a little while, and found this guitar under her bed that belonged to my dad. I didn't know that my dad ever played guitar or
Oh,
anything like
wow.
that. Yeah, and it was beautiful, this 1960s K guitar, just really, really pretty. And I'd never really been like attracted to guitars, just it seemed like a folk thing, which I just didn't know much about that style of music. Anyway, I see this guitar and totally fall in love with it and started to learn how to play guitar. And then my folks, they lived in Denver at the time. My mom told me she was going to get rid of our piano, which was sort of my childhood piano. We got it for free from a friend. And um, she told me she was going to get rid of it, and it made me start crying. And so
Oh.
then, which was weird because I wasn't expecting that. But so then her and my dad drove the piano out from Denver to San Diego on one of the visits. And so then I had this guitar, this piano, and then I started writing. I was sort of writing poems and whatnot to sort of just work through my emotions. And one of my sisters said, this sounds like, have you thought about turning this into a song? And so then started writing and singing songs and made some goals for myself that, by my birthday, I think it was like my 28th birthday, it was like, okay, I will go to an open mic and play 3 songs that I wrote and sing them in front of people, and doesn't matter if it sounds good or if it's terrible or whatever, but that's my goal, and my goal is to do it, right? And so I did it, and then I would just kind of kept making little goals and thought, okay, I'll do this for a year and then get back to doing what I was doing, psychology or working on my profession and all that stuff. And then just each time there'd be more stuff that kind of developed and came from it, and it felt like I was kind of felt like a calling, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? While you were telling that story, I just like that was like a movie script.
Yeah, it does.
It was
It
like,
does.
and then the girl finds a new love, and
Yeah.
it's music and a new man or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my gosh, your brain is awesome. You're like seeing all
yeah,
these
yeah.
things.
It's super cool. So, what kind of music is it that you play?
So I call it Cosmic American because it's sort of, it's really lyric based. It's all about the lyrics for me, but definitely you want it to sound good to music people also. So, but it veers kind of into some different genres: country, blues, rock, indie, alternative. And I think now too, with the way music is going, it's much more, people are much more open to things being kind of
Blended.
exactly, yeah. So finding something that sort of, I was reading about Graham Parsons, and um his he had an album called Cosmic American, I think. And just reading sort of what he described Cosmic American to be, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. It's like, this melting pot of blues and whatnot. So I just started coining it my genre, so to speak, and now it's kind of cool. I see other folks using uh Cosmic Cosmic Americana, and then so we've kind of started to shorten it now to Cosmicana. So it's cool to see other people
Cosmicana,
doing it. It's like, oh, did I start this thing? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
All my favorites.
Do you write for other people or just yourself?
That's a good question. So I think at first it was definitely all about me, me, and then as you're writing and people connect to your songs and your music, then you get to hear their stories too, and they open up about some really intimate things, which I think that's what's so cool about music, is that it sort of breaks the ice and people feel like they sort of know you, or maybe they do know you because they're hearing your most intimate, confessions too, so they're more forthcoming. And so then you hear these stories that are like, oh wow, this story needs to be told too. So that's kind of sort of where my brain has been at now, where it's like, oh man, these stories need to be told too. But it kind of always I have to feel something really connected about it, just so I feel like I can tell it really honestly, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Well, something told me when you were telling your story about that you really connect with the lyrics, it's not a lot of people come in, we've had a lot of musicians in here, and they talk about, the art of singing and performing, doing covers and things like that, but you went straight to writing.
Oh yeah.
And that's a different approach. We haven't really met somebody that really values writing like that.
Well, yeah, because for me too, I wasn't a guitar player. I wasn't a singer. So it was like, oh, really? Like, I'm going to get up there and sing. But the words felt like the message did feel, and the honesty just felt so important that it was it did feel like a calling, where it was like, even if you sound really terrible, like, you need to do this because you need to get your story out to connect with folks. And so, yeah, the lyrics are me and when I'm at my most honest, I guess.
Yeah.
And your voice is so amazing. So you
thanks.
just started singing. I mean, you didn't take lessons or...
No, I've gotten
Wow.
to take a lesson or two in Ramona now. There's a really cool gal, Danielle, at the Ramona Music Center. But no, it was, I mean,
Wow.
I sang like in a little choir when I was a kid, but I would just get up in front of a microphone and laugh and cry because
Wow.
I'd be so nervous. But thank you so much.
Amazing.
Yeah, so.
Well, I really do believe that music talent and or a gift that's passed down from generations. Like if your father played the guitar, somehow that was genetically passed down to you. I really believe that. Like if you look back at singers and performers, a lot of them have a history. Their parents or their grandparents performed, and somehow we pick up that gift. So it may not be even something that you were born hearing or seeing, but it's just genetically given to you as a gift too.
It's funny because then I learned, one of my uncles told me that my grandma, my mom's mom, she was always musical, but I didn't know to what extent until she had already passed, which it makes me sad that I didn't know her story earlier on. But I guess she was a singer and she would sing on a cruise ship and stuff
Oh,
like
that's so
that.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
and she had a little radio show at some point, I guess, where she would have guests. I think guests would call in and they would just request a song for her to sing, and she'd sing,
Wow.
and she'd have really cool guests come on and sing duets with her. And so, yeah, it was
Too bad
cool to
she
learn
can't
that
see
too.
you now.
I know. Yeah.
Well, and I think there's something special too about living out your purpose where you had kind of like a life shifting fork in the road and just had to find yourself again. How like it's crazy that you do that and like, when you're an adult that you think your life is set and then you have your fork in the road moment and you find your true self in that path. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. After I made that sort of choice and switch, there's definitely been times where it's like, hard because the world of music and
Sure.
is just like, oh man, if I really make the jump, then like there's no security there. There's no,
Right.
don't I need insurance? You know, like, and I haven't fully made the jump. I still have my 9 to 5 job, but jobs that were more supportive of the
Mm-hmm.
music thing, you know, so I could do both. But um, yeah, but it was also the easiest choice to make. And I felt like God actually sent me a lot of signals to let me know
Mm-hmm.
it was what to do. I remember the day that I was kind of leaving where I was at and sort of the breakup, then I knew it was time to go, but I went to the beach. I was living in the Caribbean at the time, and I went to
Nice.
this beach, and it was a nude beach, and I had been there a time or two, and I'd kind of like, oh, you know, like, what are people doing? I can't believe that there's nude beaches and
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but the beach was completely empty. It was
Mm-hmm.
just me this day, and I knew I was leaving, and it was like, man, like, let's try to live a little, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting into the water, and I'm, you know, swimming out, and this little silver fish like comes swimming up to me, and I was like, oh wow, like cool, and it's just swimming right along with me, and then
Wow.
it's like really really close to me, and I'm like, then it starts to freak me out and make me kind of scared, which is weird. So I get out of the water, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, a beautiful fish just swam up to you, and you're afraid, like that
Mm-hmm.
made you get out of the water, you got scared.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's get back in there. So I go back in, and this fish comes right back up
Wow.
again and is swimming with me, and it's letting me like pet it. And then I get freaked out again. I get out. Then I go back in, and I'm like, just stay with this as long. Don't leave until the fish
Love it.
leaves, essentially. And I was in super shallow water, and he would just go like the water was like this deep, and he was just right next to my ankle
Wow.
then, and so then it felt like God was kind of saying like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
your fear is keeping you from having so many like beautiful experiences that
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Wow. That is
yeah.
She's
so
like
cool.
she's like the real life Moana.
I know. I love that.
You know.
And what's your favorite song?
In the world or that I've written?
No, that you.
Oh.
No, you're.
Let's see. Um that's tough. Uh I guess if I had to choose one, maybe it would be Cry Baby, because it's just it's about heartache and repair and trying, you know, to piece things back together, because love is hard, and I feel like that's pretty universal, you know,
Yeah.
love and heartbreak. So yeah.
And so you perform all over San Diego, I assume?
Yeah, Ramona, San Diego, my band, actually, we just got back from a little tour going up to, we started in Seattle and made our way down
Fun.
Portland, Bend, Sacramento, Reno. Yeah, so it was
Nice.
fun.
How fun is that?
Yeah, the road trip ones are so fun. I just
Yeah.
love getting to be out and going to new little towns and meeting people that,
Well,
you
it's kind of
know,
like how you started. You were kind of traveling around,
yeah,
looking at different things, trying to find yourself, and then you get to go back out there doing what you love
totally.
and travel around, kind of be a nomad again,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you're right. You're good at putting things together.
Yeah.
So good.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I really like
I
this
know.
story. Okay, so do you have like albums, finished albums, or what is?
Yeah, so there was sort of a bunch of little songs from projects as I was just kind of learning and playing with folks and trying to get
Mm-hmm.
experienced and learn my craft. And so years later, it was like, I need to get all these on something and just get them
Yeah.
released, right? So they're all on an album that's called Start Over, Tell Me Everything, and it's definitely kind of quite an array of music, right? And then the first like real Thea the Band like solo project release was called American Honey,
Mm-hmm.
and my husband produced and recorded that one, and it got nominated for a San Diego Music Award when
Oh,
we
yay.
released it. Yep, Best Country Americana Album, and
We have
then
to open a Cosmo Americana
Yeah.
category
I
genre.
know, right?
Yeah, we'll email
Hopefully
them.
I'd get that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah. And then just released another album called Whiskey Revival, and that got nominated for this year's San Diego Music Awards
Oh,
too.
nice.
So voting just ended, but so
Yeah,
hopefully,
we'll find
yeah,
out soon.
yeah,
How cool!
yeah,
And you're on all the major platforms like
yep,
Apple
on
Music,
everything,
Spotify, etc.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And where can we see you playing? Do you have coming up?
So let's see. Well, this weekend I'll be at Palmo Valley Winery in Ramona, and then Smoking Cannon in Ramona next Saturday, and then we're playing the Adams Avenue Unplugged at the end of the month,
Mm-hmm.
and Art Walk Little Italy, And then you can just go to theatheband.com, and there's shows all the time.
Oh, cool.
Perfect.
Hopefully a lot of people come out because it's like Easter weekend and they're with their families and they can come watch
Yeah.
and enjoy a show.
Ooh,
Love
and
it.
I forgot to mention with Whiskey Revival, that got released, we also, the song, it was like, oh man, how cool would it be to have your own whiskey? So we approached San Diego Sunshine in Ramona, and we made a Whiskey Revival single malt whiskey. So you can go pick up a whiskey bottle. It has our logo and our artwork on the front. You can QR stuff. It takes you to the song. So there's a song and the whiskey, and they pair
Where do
well.
they get? Where can you get it?
It's at lots of shops in Ramona. It was supposed to be going into some wine. What is it called? Wine and More.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Bevmo or wine?
Wine.
Wine and More, or no? What is?
Oh my gosh.
The
One of
big
those.
one?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
the
a,
big
oh,
one.
cool. It's going
Yeah.
to be in like
Wow.
6 of those, but I'm not sure where everything
Okay.
But then you can also go straight to the distillery,
Well,
San Diego
let's sell them
Sunshine.
out in Ramona so
Yeah.
then they start selling them at the big stores.
Yeah.
What's the name of it again? So
The distillery is San Diego Sunshine, and then
Okay.
the whiskey is Whiskey Revival.
Whiskey
Okay.
Revival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my gosh. There's so much to your story. I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
Oh, thank you.
And you
wow.
got to hear.
Yeah, yeah. It's so cool. Download our music, listen to it, and try to get out to one of the shows. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Thea, for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for
This was
coming.
fun.
All right. Cool. Thanks all so much for watching Discover Ramona. We'll see you next time.
Good.